Well, you talk about the UK rap scene. How did it feel to catch the attention of Stormzy?
Yeah, Stormzy's my guy. Big up Stormzy. That was sick. I remember the first time. Was it the first time? Yeah, when I dropped Straight Rhymes in 2018, he commented. I remember what he commented, like the snowflake emojis.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
wow.
And I was like, yeah, sick. I was gassed.
Right.
But yeah, and then it's just good to be able to like, work with the people who you grew up on. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
I was listening to Stormzy before I even spat one lyric, I think.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 100%. And is like, music aside, is a good person as well.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%. I like Stormzy a lot.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Any collabs in there?
Definitely. I'm actually due to send Stormzy a song. Actually, you just reminded me. I just made a song just the other day that I wanted to send Stormzy, so I'm gonna have to text him.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's a banger.
For sure.
Yeah. I think he'll like it.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say, because you're on his album.
Yeah.
Pop Boy.
Mm-hmm.
How did that song come together?
Wow, how did that song come together? Why can't I remember how that song came together? Oh, no, actually what happened, we didn't actually record that song together. I think at the time he was on tour. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was on tour and he had that song there, and I don't know, he obviously must have decided that I was the right person for that song, but obviously it's hard to be in the studio at the same time you're on tour, of course.
Right.
So I think I was in London at the time, and when I got the phone call, and I just recorded it and sent it over to him.
Just like that?
Yeah, and that's how it happened, just naturally like
Crazy.
that. Yeah.
So when you have a song you want him to get on, do you make it with him in mind, or is it something you're like, oh shit, this would sound good with Stormzy on it?
It depends. It depends. I've definitely made songs and thought like, oh yeah, this person would sound sick on that, or whatever, vice versa. But to be fair, this song that I'm on about, that I've just literally recently made, kind of just it just sounded like we heard Stormzy's voice on it, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm glad you said that, to be fair, because I forgot. So I'm actually going to send him that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm like, give me a little A&R credit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I don't know if you saw, but Vlad actually tweeted about doing an interview with Stormzy. He said, who wants to see a Stormzy and DJ Vlad interview? And Stormzy replied saying he didn't want to talk about being stabbed. Just in general, I think the UK, can be a dangerous place sometimes. There's a lot of stabbings. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a shit thing, innit? You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, that's what goes on. But yeah, it's obviously a hard one, innit? Because a lot of not even just the UK necessarily, like America or whatever, everywhere, like a lot of the biggest music is violent music. I'm a culprit of listening to whatever drill music or this music or that music, whatever. And there's two different sides to look at it, you know what I mean? These people, I know you didn't ask me about music, but this is where it comes into it. These people are on the streets and doing what they're doing, and then they find a way to get out and they make certain music. That's all they know, you know what I'm saying? But that's a way to get out of that lifestyle. So what you're gonna, like, it's hard, what you're gonna do, tell the person to stop, because yeah, kids do get influenced, but at the same time, not in a selfish way, but you do have to think about yourself.
Right.
When it comes to these artists, you know what I'm saying? So like, you got to get out of the hood somehow, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And yeah, maybe unfortunately you are influencing certain kids, but it is also on the individual to not be so easily influenced, I suppose.
For sure.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a hard one. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, there's different music for everyone. Back to the UK thing, yeah, it's shit. Everyone's getting stabbed and people are stabbing people. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. I think it'll probably take a long time to try and solve it.
Right. For sure.
Same way over here, everyone's getting shot.
Right.
So
it's crazy over here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of racist shit going on.
It's one of those things. Like, I don't really know what to say except for it's shit. Like, yeah.
For sure.
Can I swear, by the way? I've been swearing
totally.
loads. Yeah.
All day.
Mm-hmm.
As you became more famous and known, did you need to get security and all that?
I have security when I go to certain places. Well, when I go on tour, when I do shows, not really when I'm in Manchester, when I'm
Okay.
doing my thing,
Right.
and not really on a day-to-day basis in London, really.
Okay.
It's just when I just have security when there's definitely going to be a big crowd of people.
Right.
But yeah.
I was gonna say in Manchester, you're probably the shit. Do they like
Yeah.
scream and you
Yeah,
know?
nah, they love me in Manchester, but it's not really, don't get it twisted, I'm never alone.
Right.
I am, well, I am. I am quite a bit, to be fair, but, I'm never going to go to the middle of Manchester town centre on my own.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'll be with at least two people or one person that I can trust to tell people to relax a second.
Right.
We need to get out of this door or
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Does it ever get too much, like the fans asking for photos or whatnot, or do you enjoy that part of it?
No, you have to enjoy that part. It can never really get too much because if it all disappeared tomorrow,
Right.
I'd probably start crying.
Right.
You know what I
Aw.
was? So yeah. So no, it definitely doesn't get annoying. Sometimes you don't get twisted. You're trying to be somewhere quickly, and your journey slows down a little bit. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, these people are listening to my music. And,
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most meaningful fan interaction that you've had?
Wow. I couldn't really pick one individual in particular, but I think just the experiences where people say like I've helped get them through something, or they've been down, or they've been depressed, and it's kind of like
Right.
my music has been helping them through that. Or even on the other hand of like every day, like people just wake up and they can't even live without my music or whatever. Just stuff like that. It's good to know that people are like,
Right.
people feel like they're involved. Well, they are, but people feel like they're involved in your life, and you know what I'm saying? It's good to make sure you acknowledge that.
For sure. How does it feel? Because you have big songs. 2019, you had Taste. You had Bust Down. How does it feel to perform those songs and chart and get millions and millions of views on YouTube and plaques and all that?
Yeah, sick. To be fair, when I get asked about performing, it's funny because I've not actually performed for a while. Well, obviously we're allowed to perform now, but ever since COVID, I've only had one festival, one festival, but it's Reading and Leeds, so it's like two shows in one.
Okay.
So I've actually only done one show in however long COVID's been around for. But obviously, to answer your question, yeah, it's amazing to perform these songs, especially when the whole crowd's singing it back to you, and it's just like, it's a whole feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really explain it unless you stood there. But yeah, it's lit, and it's just good to obviously interact with the fans, and they can listen to the songs like on the internet every day, but if they can't like get to see you in the flesh, it's not the same, is it?
Right.